What's up YouTube, it's Danny, and it's finally time I made this video. As you all know, I'm a huge Apple enthusiast, Apple fanboy if you want to call it that, whatever. I've had the iPhone since 2008. I did not have the first iPhone. My first iPhone was iPhone 3G, then I had the iPhone 4, then the 5S, then the 7 Plus, and now the 10s Max currently. That's what I have now. It's a great phone, I love it, but lately I was just trying something else, and yeah, I looked off to the side because Kitty jumped on the bed. What you doing, Kiki? Katniss. I'm at my mom's apartment watching her for 2 weeks. Hi, Kitty. Meow. Your big, huge eyes. Meow. I've got all my clothes laid out on the bed, and she is currently sniffing all of them. I love that cat. Kitty, kitty. Meow. Yeah, so I've used the iPhone for over a decade now. And while I love the XS Max, the opportunity arose for me to try out the Samsung S20 5G. And so I did just that. Hi, kitty. She's sniffing the tripod, so apologies if you can see the camera move. Anyway. Yep, there she went. You just bumped the tripod, kitty kitty. I ordered the Samsung Galaxy S5G, did an unboxing video on it, and the goal was to only use it for a weekend, so 48 hours, right? I got the gray, I forget the official name of the color, but it's a gray phone. It's like a matte gray with a glossy finish. Very nice. It looks like, kind of reminds me of primer on a car, or just primer in general. So it was supposed to be just a 48-hour challenge, okay? But within an hour of opening and setting up the phone, I was like, yo, it's pretty dope. So then it became a week challenge. Can I go a whole week without using the iPhone? I hit that last Sunday, and today is Friday. Guys, we're at almost 2 weeks since I've switched from the iPhone to the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G. I love the iPhone. I love Apple. But I love Samsung a lot as well. If I had to choose one, I would obviously pick Apple. You know, I was raised on Apple, and I've always admired and loved the company. But that being said, what a contender Samsung is. Such a contender. And for the longest time, I thought Google Pixel was the flagship phone for Android, but it's not. Google has willingly taken a back seat and let Samsung be the flagship phones for Android. And boy, are they flagship. Let's talk about it. So I've got both here. iPhone, S20, okay? So they both have similar cases. I love UAG. They're good military grade, industrial strength cases. Now, obviously, they're not perfect. They're never going to protect the phone all the way, but this is some of the strongest cases you can get for your phone. The iPhone's got a nice ridge on its case, so it protects the screen. If it falls down that way, it's likely not going to break. Because the Samsung S20 has a curved glass, it's not the same case. Ha, get it? But it's a little different. Like, it's going to protect the phone most of the way, but that curved edge is still exposed, even with the UAG case. They call this a waterfall display, I believe. It's beautiful. Like, I love the fact that I can touch the edge and feel the edge of the screen. Something the iPhone doesn't offer. But man, does it make it more vulnerable. When people drop their Samsung phones and they have the waterfall display, which almost all of them do these days, a lot of times they drop them, unfortunately, face down. And I see, more often than not, cracked, even busted screens. That is the trade-off you get. Yes, it's a very cool technology. The glass is curved on the very edge, which is why it's called the waterfall display. Very cool, very intuitive. One of the things I'm going to go over, and I'll just go ahead and show you right now, is the fact that it has an app drawer. By just swiping, it's hard to do when I'm facing you. I'm gonna try to do it anyway. You just swipe the edge. Oh, I have to be in the right area. So you just swipe the edge. Look at that. It brings out an app drawer like thing. And these are all the apps I use most on the go. Cash App's #1. I get paid a lot through Cash App. That's just something that the iPhone doesn't offer. I'll show you. Here's the iPhone. There's no anything like that. The only thing you get are this widgets page, which is not even that great. Now, iOS 14 is coming out soon, so I will be switching back to my iPhone as my daily driver. But man, we are on week 2, and this is still the phone I go to. I love this phone so much. And the cool thing about buying an unlocked phone, which is what this is the unlocked version. I can use it on any network, any GSM network, is that all I have to do is take the SIM card out of here and put it back in here, because the SIM cards in here now came out of the iPhone originally. And it'll go back to the iPhone when I switch back to the iPhone next week. Let's go over the pros. I love the size of the iPhone XS Max. It's a big phone, big screen, 60 hertz display, I believe. You know what? I don't even want to say if it is 60. It probably is. I don't know. It's hard to tell what hertz these screens are on the iPhone. As much as I love that big, beautiful display, something about a smaller but taller display I love. Now, I will say that the iPhone is still taller and obviously wider than the S20. But this feels more comfortable in my hand. I don't have very big hands. I got Donald Trump sized tiny hands. This feels more comfortable than this. I love that I picked the XS Max. I love this phone. This is more comfortable, I have to say, and that's my choice. I could have easily gotten just the XS. So that is one thing, and I can't really knock the iPhone for that because I can get a smaller iPhone. I just didn't. But this S20 just so comfortable. Another huge thing I love, look at the top. You get a pinhole, it went away. Sorry. You get a pinhole camera, okay? There's no notch. XS Max, or just the iPhone in general, there's still a notch. Now, normally, up until now, I didn't care about a notch. Big whoop, it was a notch. But the pinhole absolutely beats an actual notch. You get so much more screen. I know it's just a little tiny thing, but you get so much more screen. Look at this, look how much screen I've got. It's insane. You know, Samsung wins there. Another big thing that was even appealing to even wanting the S20 is the 120 hertz display. You can't see it, my camera's not capturing 120 hertz, but right now, it is 120 hertz, and it's so fast. And another big plus for the Samsung S20, and really all Android phones, is the amount of customization you're allowed. I just love the amount of customization. You can change, obviously, the ringtone, the wallpaper, all that stuff. You can change the always-on display. You can set it to different clocks, different animations, all kinds of stuff. You can change the font in the phone, okay? I turned off the default font, whatever it was, and I've got some new Samsung font that just, it's beautiful. Change the size of the font, boldness, all that stuff. It's got a notification, like light thing that goes around the perimeter of the screen. You can change that. I've got it set to a bunch of rainbow colors because, you know me, I love RGB. It's just stuff like that you can't do on the iPhone. You can change the size of the text on the iPhone, but you can't change the font. You don't have a notification, a light perimeter thing that goes around, that outlines the screen. I mean, yeah, these are very small things, but still, just the amount of customization. You can put the icons wherever you want. They don't have to go next to each other. Obviously, widgets is a big thing. It's been a big thing with Android for a while, and I know iOS is coming out with widgets in iOS 14. I'm excited for that. Stuff that they're introducing to the iPhone has already been on Android for a while, and back in the day, I was not a fan of Android, but I prefer it these days. I really do. Another huge thing that the S20 has going for it is the fact that it's USB-C. What's cool is it comes bundled with a super fast charger, okay? Not just a fast charger, this says super fast charger on it, and it lives up to its name. This phone charges so quick. It's amazing. I think I went from almost dead to 100% in like an hour and a half, which is crazy. That is absolutely insane speeds, you know? And you can get 50% in like 20 minutes or something like that, I forget. It's very quick though. The cameras on the S20 are absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I even like the layout of that, you know? It's beautiful. I've been shooting photos, videos, ultra-wide photos, ultra-wide videos. The ultra-wide camera is so good. It was a huge reason why I wanted the S20. Now, the new iPhone obviously has ultra-wide. I don't have the new iPhone, so I'm just going off what I have. I've got XS Max. There's no ultra-wide on that. It just doesn't happen. The night mode on the S20 is also amazing. I hear it's good on the iPhone too. Again, I don't have the newest iPhone that has night mode. This XS Max does not have night mode. It's a 2-year-old phone, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you a few clips of what video looks like on the S20. Take a look. Key. Kitty. Kitty, you want kitty, I got treats. You want a treat? Huh? You want a treat, Kiki? Come here. Such a good camera. Kitty. Ultra wide. I guess she doesn't want a treat. You want no treat, Kiki? There are some things I do want to point out that I also like about Android as an OS. You don't have to use the default Messages app. I love that. You can pick Google Messages, which I prefer, because Google Messages like iMessage shows you when somebody's typing and when somebody has read your message. It's so cool. Very, very neat. I also love the Google keyboards that you can download. I currently have like a purple blue gradient keyboard or something like that. I forget what it is exactly, but very nice. Another thing I want to point out is you get not only face recognition or whatever they call it on Android, you also get the thumbprint reader, which is on or behind the screen. It's so cool. Watch this. So I'm gonna put my thumbprint there. It's not perfect. Or maybe I'm not perfect. Oh, I did it too many times and I gotta try it in 21 seconds. That's whack. Okay, well I was gonna do it on camera, but I guess I'm not. It's timing me out because I did it too many times. So that brings me into a slight gripe. I was gonna mention it later, I'll go ahead and mention it now. Face recognition, far from perfect. It's very quick on the iPhone. It's perfect on the iPhone, almost perfect. Nothing's ever perfect. But it's so much more accurate on the iPhone. Now, I love that it is on Android and it works when it wants to, which is a lot of the times, but there's sometimes it says face not recognized. I'm like, bro, I'm looking right at you. It's like you have to look right at the pinhole camera sometimes for it to unlock. As for the thumbprint reader, it's definitely not perfect. Touch ID was perfected on the iPhone. It almost always recognized my thumbprint. The S20, I have to do it 3 or 4 times. It's almost to the point where I don't even want to use it. So I might just turn that off and just use Face ID or just type in my PIN number like the old school way. I have to do that a lot of times anyway because I will sit there, as you saw, and use a thumbprint and thumbprint and thumbprint and it won't open. And it sometimes gets rather annoying. I think partly because it's behind the screen. While that's a very cool feature when it works, you don't always know where to touch on the screen. You touch in this area right here, okay? This area right here is the, but you don't, it doesn't always show the thumbprint icon. So you don't always hit it just right. You know, and look, I'm hitting it right now. Oh wow, look, it actually opened up. Okay, so there you go. It doesn't always work though. I have to do it 3 or 4 times sometimes. And then if you still don't do it, then it times you out, as you just saw. That's the first time that ever happened, but to its credit, I wasn't looking directly at the screen to accurately put my thumb on the icon. But even when I do, it doesn't always read my thumbprint correctly. I have to do it 3 or 4 times sometimes, and it's just, I'm just like, dude, I just want to open my fucking phone. Another gripe is I cannot get visual voicemail to work. That might be an AT&T thing because I have visual voicemail on my iPhone, and to their knowledge, I still have my iPhone on. They don't know that I've swapped to the S20. I'm not gonna bother to tell them. This is my phone. I bought my money. It's unlocked. They don't need to know what I'm on. Maybe that's just a carrier thing I have to do if I ever wanted to. But for now, I'm calling my voicemail like the old school way. I will say though, this camera on this phone, the S20, blows my iPhone out of the park. The zoom, you can zoom like so smoothly while filming. You can go ultra wide, normal, and then close. You know, I love that. The cameras on this phone, night mode's amazing, ultra wide's amazing, regular's amazing, close-up's amazing. Zoom past a certain point is grainy and horrible. I never use that, but it's there. The microphone is decent on this phone. I did notice a few jitters in some of the front-facing videos I've done. Nothing huge, but I am vlogging with this phone currently, just to show you what a full-blown vlog would look like if you were to vlog with the S20. And don't forget, if you're starting a YouTube channel, that's how a lot of people start off, is by using their phone as their camera, and then they upgrade to stuff like what I have right now, what I'm recording with, the Panasonic Lumix G7, hooked up to a Rode Video Mic Pro and a box light. It's beautiful. This setup looks so professional. It's all in a small rig mount. I love it. I do. Another cool thing I want to show you right now, it's something called Samsung DeX. No other phone that I know of does this. Take a look at this clip. Something else I wanted to show you that's really, really cool that I've never seen any other phone really do this, to my knowledge. This is a DeX cable made by Samsung. Okay, my phone and phones that I believe are higher than it, like the Note series and the Ultra series, can do one really cool thing that involves this cable. And instead of explaining it, I'm going to kind of show you. I don't really have all the stuff to show you with, but you will get the idea once I open up this cable and hook it up to either a monitor or a TV. In my case, the TV. So without further ado, let's take a look and see what Samsung DeX cable does. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I've got the TV set, HDMI 2. Here's the phone. We're gonna connect it to the USB-C cable. The other end is HDMI that's connected to the TV. And we're just gonna plug it in. I'm doing this with one hand, kind of. Okay, so now I need to unlock my phone. Watch what happens when I do that. So go ahead and use my thumbprint real quick. Welcome to Samsung DeX. See more of your apps by putting them on the big screen. You can control them with your mouse and keyboard just like a regular desktop. Tap continue on your phone to start. And then on my phone, it's telling me things I can do, things that may happen to the phone, make it a little warmer. We're just gonna hit start. Samsung DeX. Okay, how to open the touchpad on your phone. Swipe down from the top of the screen and select the touchpad notification. Okay. Again, this is a little hard to do with tap here to open the touchpad. Tap navigation. Tap the back button on the navigation bar to close touchpad. See, I have that turned off, and that, I'll explain that later if I haven't already. So, I am now controlling this mouse in this Samsung DeX environment using my screen, like a trackpad, or touchpad as they call it. Very cool. Tap don't show again, hit OK. And here we are. This is Samsung DeX. And what it does is, once you hook up your phone using the Samsung DeX cable, HDMI to USB-C, to a monitor or a TV, you get a desktop environment as if this thing is a full-blown computer. I can go to settings, double tap, opens up settings, settings for my phone. I mean, look, it's a whole desktop interface. You can go to the internet, browse the internet. Welcome to Samsung Internet. Yep, I agree to the terms and conditions, whatever, hit continue. There we are, we're at Google. We're on Google. And there you go. You can watch videos full screen that you've taken on this phone. It's very cool. And just to kind of show you, I messed up at the beginning there. Rear camera looks like it's going to be shot. Every time I use this angle where I'm not showing my face, I will be shooting it in wide angle because of me. Pretty cool. Just want a kitty from yesterday. So cool. So yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, you basically are carrying a desktop experience in your pocket. All you need is a Samsung DeX cable. They also make a docking station you can get from Samsung, and I think certain third-party USB-C docks also work with Samsung DeX. But yeah, it's basically a whole desktop environment for your phone, from your phone. It's very cool. It kind of reminds me of the Chromebook experience, which is, yeah, very nice. So there you go. That is Samsung DeX. quick view. I'm gonna do a full video on this thing eventually. And then you can lock the decks and you can exit the decks. So we're gonna hit exit. All right, exit Samsung decks and return to a screen mirroring. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Oh, that is cool. So with the same cable, you can see what I do on my phone. That's gonna be very handy for future videos. Look at that. This is so funny that you could see what my phone sees, and you just see how tall these screenshots can be. Yeah, we're talking about how dead Mark Zuckerberg looks. He looks like a freaking machine, dude. So yeah, Twitter, very nice, very cool. So that's a very short look of Samsung decks. I do want to do a full-blown video on that, but that's so cool. Having a desktop function by connecting to a TV or monitor from a phone, you can access your files, your music, your videos, your photos, access the internet, access your contacts, access notes. Whatever's on your phone can be accessed in a desktop environment, all powered by your little tiny phone in your pocket. It's a full-blown desktop experience in your pocket. Now I will say it's not like Windows or Mac OS. It's more like a Chromebook experience, but still that is some cool technology that not a lot of people, if anybody else but Samsung, does. And I love that function. Another cool thing about at least Android on the Samsung devices is they have that iconic back button, the middle button, and then another button. I forget what, but everybody seems to love that back button. I can't. That's one thing I've always hated, are the three buttons at the bottom of Android phones. I've always hated them when they were physical, hated them with the newest phone that I currently have. But there's good news. You can turn them off thanks to Samsung's customization. So I have it set to how I have it on my iPhone, and I love it. Let me show you. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock both phones. That's Kitty bumping up against the door again. YouTube open, okay? Now, when I wanna close out of an app, or when I wanna get out of an app with the iPhone, you just swipe up. Swipe up, goes to home screen. Couldn't do that by default on the S20. I had to turn it on, but you can do it now. I swipe up. Watch. Goes away, just like on the iPhone. I love that. Let me open up these apps again. Okay, now this comes handy for people who are coming from the iPhone. If you still want that iPhone gesture experience, you want to see all the apps that are open, you swipe up and hold, and it brings up this multi-window. You can do the same on the Android phone. Look at that. I can go through. I can see all my apps, okay? See that? Now here's one thing the iPhone doesn't do, is you can close all the apps with one button press, right there. See if that'll focus. I don't think it will, because it's looking for my face. No, it won't, okay. It may just do that in post, but yeah, close all. And it closes all the apps that were open. So cool. That's one thing the iPhone doesn't do. You have to just swipe up per app until they're all closed. So AirPods do work on Android, but it's a very limited experience. I ended up buying the Galaxy Buds Live. And let me just say, it is the closest thing to AirPods that I've seen yet. They sound amazing. They actually sound better than the AirPods. They have a bass boost option. I'm sure the AirPods Pro do too, but these stay in my ear even better than the AirPods Pro did. And I thought the AirPods Pro stayed in pretty well, but they would sometimes still fall out if I was laying sideways. The bean shape of the Galaxy Buds Live, they just stay in your ear. The way they're shaped, they just will not come out. You have to pry them out, which I prefer. So Bixby is Samsung's assistant. Don't love it, hate it, most people do. She's gotten better, it's gotten better, but it's still, I turn it off. And two things I want to point out. They no longer have a dedicated Bixby button on these phones. So that tells me that Samsung is going to phase out Bixby, because nobody likes Bixby. They didn't even like the name. Kitty! I'm almost done. She cannot stand that I'm in a different room from her. But I did this last night with a different video, but she was asleep, so maybe that's why. I love that cat. But I'm trying to film Kitty, and you can also change your assistant. Mine is currently the Google Assistant. I just swipe up from a corner and it appears right there. I can ask it a question immediately and it finds it. Y'all know Alexa and the Google Assistant are like #1 these days for assistance. Siri is falling behind. Bixby's even further behind. If it ain't Alexa and if it isn't Google Assistant, I don't want it. Seriously. So with that being said, that is basically my review of the Samsung Galaxy S20. Love the screen, love the phone, love the battery life, and I love the fast charging capabilities this phone has. I just love it. Samsung really did their homework on the S line. It is a true competitor to the iPhone. That being said, when iOS 14 drops in the fall, I will be switching back to the iPhone XS Max. I want to try out the new software and see what it's like. But as far as upgrading to the next iPhone that comes out later this fall as well, I'm gonna hold off. I don't need it right now. I've got the S20 if I want something new. Remember, this phone just came out 4 or 5 months ago. Thank you all so much for watching. This was a rather quick review, but these are just some of the top things that I noticed that I wanted to show you guys. And I'm a very happy hybrid user. Half Android, half iPhone. And stay tuned for the Galaxy Buds review. Stay tuned for the Samsung Galaxy Watch 2 review. Join the members club if you haven't already. It's only $1.99. The link is below. It's also that little join button below. $1.99 a month, exclusive content. Check it out. This cat's about to knock this door down because I've had the door closed for more than 10 minutes. Thank you all so much for watching. See you all in the next video. And as soon as I'm done recording and turn the camera off and come back out here. Oops, that's the wrong way. Well, that's ultra wide, but look. She wants nothing to do with me. Kitty, why you like this? You over there making noise in the background, distracting me. I had to stop the camera like 7 times. And I'm finally free now. And what do? You go over there and sleep. Kitty. 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 Hey. Yeah, you. Over there making noise. Earlier. Not even 10 minutes ago. Why are you so cute? Seriously, why are you so cute? Why you do this? Huh? You thought I had food? Is that why? Or you just didn't like the fact that I had the door closed? I think that's why. Oh, yeah. Yep. Spoiled rotten Kiki. Nope. Thanks for making the video interesting anyway. I love you, kitty. You're so cute. Oh, yeah. Such a cute cat. Alright, guys. Again, thanks for watching. More to come. See you all in the next video.